Hytale, a wildly anticipated game that has been in production for years. Often compared to Minecraft for their similarly blocky designs, it has been extremely difficult for Hytale to even enter the conversation of being a competitor with Minecraft. But oh boy, did that not stop Hytale in the slightest. But this still begs the question, would Hytale be good enough to actually compete with Minecraft? Well, to find this out, I am going to play Hytale exactly as Hypixel Studios intended, using extremely trusted sources to find everything that it has to offer, and finally answer this question. Which brings us to step 1. Create your character. Oh my god, I got that shit on. However, this was only one step of many on our path to truly understanding the glory behind Hytale. After all, just creating an avatar is not enough to truly experience the game in its fullest. Which brings us to step 2. Collect everything. And according to the beginner's guide in Hytale, the first thing that we're going to have to do is get a pickaxe, hatchet, and weapon. After all, that is the first thing in our guide in order to survive this game mode. So, I think these give sticks. They do. Okay. All right, so we have sticks. We need rubble. Rubble are those little stones. We're just getting these really quickly. Is there any rubble around here? Doesn't look like it. Do I have some already? Oh, I guess I do. Okay. Well, we can just do this axe really quick and just immediately get wood because we want to get all of our tools and stuff set up right away. How do you get rubble? Wait, can you just break this stuff? Oh yeah, it does give you rubble. Okay, and it gives you 2. Wait, that's sick. You know what we're gonna do then? Let's immediately make the sword. The next thing we need for pickaxe. So I should have got the pickaxe first. I'm a little silly. All right, now we have pickaxe. Sick. This is gonna make things a lot easier. We just immediately want to keep getting things. Now that we have all of our tools though, the next thing on our list is going to be a little more complex. Because the next thing that we're gonna need is to create our first base and workbench. After all, if we don't have a place to operate out of, we're just gonna die immediately. So I need to get wood and stuff right away. More wood. This is a big old tree. Oh, wait, it broke it all. Holy moly, there's so much wood. I'm just gonna keep collecting the rest of this. All right, well, now that we have enough stuff, should I low-key just turn this place into my base? I feel like this is safe enough. We just like build on top of it, no? Yeah, we're just gonna turn this place into my base. While I clean out the spawn area in the background, it's time to build a game plan. Now that we've gotten a pick, sword, and axe, our next step was to make our first base and get workbenches. Because if I didn't mention it before, this run was in hardcore mode, meaning if I died once, I would have to delete this world forever. And I couldn't allow that. So after setting up my base properly and making the base livable for now with all the currently craftable workbenches, we would need to move on to our next one. I'm low-key a genius. Be honest with myself. So according to the guy, the next thing that we have to do is get torches, which, I mean, it's pretty simple. I can see it in my inventory. We just hit craft on those. That way we're not getting spooked. Bang! Wait, I'm so sick. We have light. We have light. Now we would need to get copper. Yeah, so we have torches now, but in order to move on, we actually need to get copper. Upgrading our tools would be extremely important for the goal at hand. After all, that was the next step on our list. What the f is that? Hey, 20! Block. Wait, block. Ow! Wait. Chill, bro. Chill. You got it, bro. But you could tell just how terrified I actually was going into the wild. After all, even a single death would ruin this entire run. Bro, how much health he got, bro? It's not fair. He cheating. Okay, he's leaving. All right, we good to it. Which meant my biggest focus was to get armor and a shield ASAP. All right, bro, I need better food, but I need copper. I could not risk dying, and I had to hurry. What's that? Wait, so is this like a village? It is. It's like Minecraft. Small Quebec chat. They're called Quebec? Yo, they got the French. Okay, well, we needed to find copper. There's some copper. So after looting the French village, we had just enough to make some of the items I was going to need. So I headed back to my base to make the armor and shield we were trying to get. All right, put my stuff in the twist.
Got bullshit. 3 dark temple candles.
Well, you don't follow the dark temple. So now that we have copper, how do I craft the better tools in it? Like, what do I need? Yeah, you need a furnace. So where are we putting this big ass furnace, bro? So after cooking the ingots in the furnace and making the leather we would need to craft tools, it was time to complete this step in its entirety. Right, so I'm just gonna have to make all of these. I had to use copper for that, so I do need to go craft iron pickaxe. Bang! Okay, well, we kind of skipped the step of copper, but I should still get the rest of my tools to be copper. We're gonna quickly make that, and then this should make my life so much easier. Let's. We just have to go get more copper. It is still nighttime. All right, when is it gonna be daytime? Soon, it looks like. But we need to find a cave. Is there a way to like? How do I know where a cave is? Like, is it over here? Why is copper like less common than iron. I feel like iron is just way more common, no? You know what? I think we need way more copper than this. Well, I can... What are you? Oh, he's nice, I think. What are you? You are nice. You are nice. Help! Help! Gotta get back to my base here. I need to craft all the stuff that I can with the copper and whatnot that I got. So my base should be this way. Either way, time to upgrade our stuff. We can finally do it. Probably put all this stuff in there. Yeah, we're just going to immediately start with the copper ore. It's going to take forever. So I guess for right now, we can just collect as many resources as we possibly can. We have that cooking right now. I'm just going to go mine a bunch of wood. That's scary. All right, we just got to get this through here. Might as well just farm as much wood as I possibly can. Because, I mean, I'm going to need a lot of wood. I want to make a giant base and become evil and kill everyone with base. Okay, we have enough, a fair bit of copper. I'm just gonna put all this wood in here for now. Actually, we should probably make more chests. 1, 2. Can you stack them? Can I open it?
And I got right to organizing everything in my chest in preparation for completing the step meant to collect our armor.
Okay, I can make the blacksmith's anvil now. Either way, I should probably make this base way larger though. What can I make here? Oh, so you do make the sword here. Any tree trunk. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna make this sword. Did the rest of this cook? Looks like it. Oh my god, I need so much fuel though. I have so much cooking to do, Jesus, yeah.
And while the rest of my metals cooked, I was taking the time to craft all of the tools and things I could get my hands on with what I had currently.
Yeah, now that we got the copper tools and stuff, I guess it would just be time to get better armor. Helmet, let's do helmet, and we can do chest plate. Oh my god, that takes so much though. Shoes. Wait, my Quebec cuirass is just better though. I feel like unequipping that wouldn't make sense. Guess not, whatever. Okay, well we have the copper sword now. We fully completed that step finally. Also, I just realized my hair is gone and I just look weird now. Apparently, the next thing that we need to do is find a horse.
But they naturally spawn in grassy biomes, so I decided to just play the game normally and I'd eventually find one.
Looks like it's renovation time. It is nighttime though, so I should probably make a bed. How you do this? Oh, I need hide. I can't even do that. All right, guys. Looks like we have to find some ammo.
But to my surprise, I'd find something very
Wait,
useful.
that's a bed. I can just use this. Okay, I open. Yay! Oh, okay. What I'm gonna do though, personally, I'm going to put my storage system back here. Just keep expanding the base. Right now, I'm just gonna do that. That way I can just like. I think I'm going to expand out back this way. I'm gonna do it before it gets night though, so.
And all this mining was of course going to take a lot of leather to make and repair tools, which became a rather complex issue.
Leather! Ah! Do chicken give leather?
And after quickly farming leather and cleaning up my base, I decided it was time to finish building what I could of my temporary base.
Either way, we gotta keep upgrading our base right now. I'm gonna try and like mine this out a bit.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna be so ugly.
Alright, well. Dude, this is actually like, I'm just building. This doesn't actually look too bad. I like the layout I'm starting to build here. I should just make like a giant chest wheel though. That'd be funny.
So after full finishing up a bit more building, I would eventually move over to a proper storage system to fully complete the core of my base's use. But despite all of this, I would continue to keep running out of the resources that I would need. So I decided that I would just go exploring and fully stock up on everything I would absolutely need by exploring.
Now the last steps is literally just upgrading our base like in its entirety.
So I started planning all of the tools I was going to need to complete this final project and moved on to the actual
We've already
start.
beat the guide. Now we just need a super bar base since that was the first thing was.
And eventually I would get to work mining out the walls and collecting all of the materials I was absolutely going to need to finish this challenge.
I kind of want these like bottom ones to be the bottom design of the house, because then we can give it a little bit of life. All right, cool. We've placed that around. Now we just need to actually go craft some stuff here. Now we're kind of filling this out nicely. Now I need a roof and whatnot. Oh, if you break the ground, chests are on, they explode. Probably shouldn't do that then. That's not like Minecraft.
I think we'll craft 100 of these. I think these would look better than... But cobblestone is just so much harder to farm, so this might end up stabbing me in the back, to be honest. You can't just like insta-mine stone the way you would like trees, for example. So, I feel like we're already out. That is gonna be rather difficult. And this so happened to fill one of the needs we would need for this challenge, which was to collect everything we came across. I can go through more skeletons. That looks evil. It's like black and white. This is weird. Like there's a bunch of biomes here merging. Like this is a beach. What are you? A skrill? Yeah, so the golden steps. It's like howling sands. And then this looks like the barren desert. And that guy looks evil as shit. I'm not messing with that guy. There's some stuff over there though. Do I need a boat over there or can I swim? And as a new player, my guess was this volcanic biome. I mean, surely there would be a lot of skeletons here, right? Are you giving me linen scraps or are you just useless? Oh, he does not give me scraps. The charred woodlands. There is no wood to be found here, brother. But I knew there had to be skeletons up here who had it, and at the very least, there would be some sick loot, so I decided to explore anyways. We gotta beat that guy. Okay, well, we climbed that pretty easily. A small ancient chest. But to my surprise, I still hadn't found any of the things I needed. So after a bit more exploring, I cleaned up and headed back home to set everything down and set back out again. This time, focusing on getting ores first while looking for a biome that had more skeleton spawn rates. You little evil fella. Okay, well, you got pooped on. I feel like they don't spawn enough, bro. It's actually kind of annoying. I guess it was kind of fruitful because then we discovered that one place. We didn't really get any of the stone we needed though. That's kind of funny. In order to upgrade, we need more copper though. All right, so it looks like we're just gonna be doing a bunch of mining. We need a ton of copper, a ton of iron, a ton of linen or whatever, and then we need to go mining. So, and since the next step up armor-wise was cobalt, I figured I would kill two birds with one stone by heading over to the frozen biome where we would find cobalt. And thankfully, I would get a pleasant surprise, allowing us to save a lot of time on linen, which we needed to keep all of our tools repaired and get the work done on the house. We're gonna need a lot of this. Whole lot. Yeah, we need... And after mining for a bit, I was satisfied with this cave and decided to move on, trying to find even more linen and things I would need to keep the base production going. Either way, though, we're doing pretty good. Skeleton, I need your linen, bro. And now we had found it. The edge of the very biome we would absolutely need. Hey, so do the skeletons just kind of like exist more in this biome? Like, is this where I need to go to farm them? He's also an archer. But this was only one of the things I was going to need to finish out this challenge. Like I said before, we still needed to finish the house. And we still had yet to come across a horse, which meant we had to hurry. I wanted to complete this challenge as soon as possible. The skeletons in this biome dropped way more linen than I expected, which made this journey a lot more worthwhile than I thought it would be initially. We already have 13 linen. Bro, that's way easier. Dang. So I quickly finished up the linen farming before heading down into the mines for the last of the things I would need. And bang. Oh, they didn't kill him? That's crazy. Oh my god, you can't see anything in here. Probably because it's dark, so it gives off that vibe. What was that, iron? Yeah, we need more of this for the upgrade. Nice, more iron. Okay. Yeah, I think I need copper the most right now, though. And then I would discover something else. Pretty cool. You're not normal. Cobalt. Oh, that's right. We get cobalt in this place. Okay, well, we need to find more cobalt because that's like a big thing. And we had done it. All that was truly left on our journey to fully complete the playthrough as intended was to build a base and find a horse. Somehow, though, I still hadn't found a horse at all, so things were beginning to look a bit complicated. We're just going to keep kind of like filling this out while this cooks because we have to wait on this anyways, so... Either way, I went ahead and prepared everything I would need. There we go. All right. And now we simply finished building out the base. And so far, I can absolutely say I loved this game. I came into it thinking it was going to be similar to Minecraft because of all the hate it was getting to the droolers on other platforms, but my god, this game is genuinely great. It feels like a more realistic version of Minecraft or Terraria, and for just 8 weeks of polishing after a 10-year downtime, this game came out amazing. Playing the game while following this guide did unironically help me enjoy it more, and I must say that if you are hesitant to play it, then you need to. This game is amazing. I'm low-key so shit this game is not even funny. But yeah, let's get an outside look on this house really quick. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, I must say. That looks pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
Post editor me here. I actually ended up playing this game way longer than expected and ended up playing to end game. I absolutely love this game and plan on making way more content moving forward. Also, somehow I still didn't find a horse, so I'm sorry, but maybe my game is bugged or something. Either way, I hope you enjoyed and smash like, smash subscribe.